Hey guys, it's Shadow Phoenix here, and the weather outside is pretty good. Welcome to the third video in my series Challenges, Tips and Tricks. In this episode I will be covering the Sensor Grenade. I was asked by one of my subscribers to do this as they've been struggling with the challenge, as have many other people I've met online. This challenge is quite tedious and was quite honestly one of the least enjoyable challenges that I've completed so far. Completing the challenge associated with the Sensor Grenade earns you this calling card here, which would have been nice to have at Christmas with its red and green lights and all. The Sensor Grenade itself is one of the most unique pieces of equipment in any Call of Duty title, and thus is very hard to explain, but I will try my best. The Sensor Grenade, when thrown, is a scanning device that identifies where enemies are on the minimap using red lasers that it emits. When a player successfully identifies an enemy with the Sensor Grenade, he and only he will be able to see the enemy on the minimap, even in team-based game modes. Yes, I know it could be a she, but for the purposes of this and probably all of my videos it will remain he, just because it's easier. The Sensor Grenade scans every 800 milliseconds and reveals the position of the enemy from its most recent scan of the enemy for about 6 seconds. The Sensor Grenade itself lasts about 4 seconds and then detonates. The detonation can damage the enemy, but only to the extent of any other tactical equipment exploding, like a flash grenade or a stun grenade. However, an enemy who catches the blast of this Sensor Grenade exploding will be revealed in real time on the map for 6 seconds, kind of like a personal orbital VSAT. Along with revealing enemies on the minimap, the Sensor Grenade also emits red lasers, as I said before, that point at the enemy. These can be useful for revealing the location of an enemy who is using the perk Cold-Blooded, which prevents them from being revealed on the minimap but does not prevent the red lasers from identifying them. The range of the Sensor Grenade is apparently 1,000 units according to the patch notes from Activision themselves, but that's pretty useless because we don't actually know how big a unit is. Could be centimeters, could be inches, it's really hard to tell. They haven't given us any information in regards to that. So here is a practical demonstration of how far the Sensor Grenade can sense. Here I am in a private match with my friend, and in this clip you can see how far away he is, and the Sensor Grenade manages to sense him and reveal his position. And in this next clip you'll see he's moved slightly further back, and I throw the Sensor Grenade in about the same place, and now he's slightly out of range. So that's a visual approximation for about the maximum range of the Sensor Grenade. Now the challenge itself says that you have to kill 300 enemies that are revealed by your Sensor Grenade. Most of the tips I have for you will be pretty obvious for helping you complete this challenge, but you may find some pretty useful. In terms of class setup, there aren't too many things you can do, unfortunately. The obvious things you can do would be to chuck on 2 Sensor Grenades, because the more you have, the easier it will be. I also recommend Perk 2 Greed, so you can use both Fast Hands to throw your equipment quicker, and Scavenger, because again, the more the merrier. My next tip is to not waste the Sensor Grenades. Throwing a Sensor Grenade into the middle of nowhere is hardly ever going to reveal an enemy's position, and therefore you are going to hardly ever get a kill on an enemy revealed by your Sensor Grenade. So make sure you throw Sensor Grenades in areas where you know the enemies are or are going to be. Not only will this reveal their exact location, but you can also get one step closer towards completing the challenge. I mentioned before that enemies with Cold-Blooded will not appear on the minimap, however the red lasers will still point at them. Annoyingly, while they are still being revealed by your Sensor Grenade's lasers, they are not being revealed on the minimap, and therefore killing them won't help you towards completing your challenge. Another quick little tip, just about the general use of the Sensor Grenade. If you throw it high, you have more chance of identifying enemies, which means you have more opportunities to get kills that count towards the challenge. It can even identify enemies in directions other than the one you're throwing it in, including behind you. Just watch for the red lasers, as they are a dead giveaway to the enemy's position. The best game mode I found for completing this challenge was Free-for-All, because not only are there potentially 7 enemies, but there are no teammates to steal your kills once you've revealed the enemy. This is what I did. Mind you, I've played Free-for-All a lot for all of my challenges, so it really is just personal preference. This challenge stood out from the other equipment challenges as taking the longest and was probably the least enjoyable also. I wish good luck to anybody who is willing to both try and complete this challenge. Well, I hope you learned something, or at least enjoyed the video. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe to me if you haven't already. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers.